Money moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a motherfucking movie. So, guys, I hear a lot of modern American black men, you know, wanting to become rappers. Got a lot of guys think that they still can do what happened before technology um, um, is exceptional. Like become a rich off dealing drugs. The hood dude culture is overwhelming. Where you got a bunch of angry brothers walking around, you know, stealing, doing everything under the sun except working a 9 to 5 job. So what I notice is, and what I know from experience, is that a lot of you dudes who are not working a 9 to 5 job, and you think that you're slick, you know, you can go around working a 9 to 5. You can do other things, and your money's just gonna blossom to hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. A lot of you guys are gonna end up homeless. A lot of you men are gonna end up either homeless or in prison. So the crazy thing about it is that no matter how many black men who came before you who decided they didn't want to work a 9 to 5, I still got guys before me. I got uncles. I got older cousins. I got, older people just in general, older men who decide not to work. And what I notice is that a lot of these dudes who don't want to work, they be the same dudes who be trying to act like they're successful. I got an uncle who buys fake chains and gold teeth, and it gives the image, try to get an image that he's successful. But really, a lot of these men are not homeowners. A lot of these men do not have a reliable vehicle. Now, a reliable vehicle is a car that works, but my idea of a reliable vehicle is a car that is, about 5 to 7, from new to about 7 years old. So that way, the miles on that car shouldn't be that high. Everything's down there new. It's a number 5 to 7 years old, 4 or 3 years old, whatever. And what you notice is a lot of these guys, a lot of these hood, a lot of black men that you see that be, be like, oh man, I'm gonna go put $2,000 on a car, and then they wonder why they gotta put another $5,000-$10,000 just to get the car running the right way. The car breaks down on you. A lot of modern American black men, end up learning the hard way. And what we're seeing all over the country in all the major cities that even that the population of modern American black man is overwhelming. It is absolutely insane. You know, no matter what major city you go to, LA, Miami, you know, you will see young, able-bodied men who, when you go to work, they standing on the corner, and when you come from work, they standing on the corner. And I'm like, dang, bro, like, how much money did you make standing on the corner? And usually it ain't nothing but peanuts, you know. And you could have made way more money just by putting that 8 hours in. Then you can go if you want to stand on the block, you can do that. You know, but guys, there's no way around working a 9 to 5. People, you know, 9 to 5, 6 to 6, 12-hour shift. There's no way around it. You know, unless you got a barbecue grill or a smoker and you flipping rib plates, and you just got a fire hustle. You going to football games, you know, you going to football games with your smoker, your barbecuing, you know. And the sad thing about it, guys, is everybody that I know from my past who didn't want to work a job are still in the same situation that I left over 15 years ago. Anytime I go home, a lot of these dudes are still not working. A lot of these dudes are dependent on the government and women who depend on the government for their basic survival, meaning that they got food stamps, so they got to wait till the first of the month to go get food. You know, a lot of these guys have never learned how to manage money. A lot of these dudes can have excellent credit, but never attempted to build their credit. And it's sad. You know, it's absolutely sad. A lot of you dudes want to get in here talking about, oh, you a CEO, you know, you ain't got to work, you good, you know. Like, but the only person you're fooling is yourself. Trust me, I was raised around a lot of dudes who would look like that they're doing good because they'll have on the new Jordans or you know what I'm saying, the newest stuff. But in all reality, if a $500 bill came out of nowhere, they wouldn't even be able to afford a simple $100 bill of expenses that came out of nowhere, you know. And then the guys who wanted to work or did work, what will happen is that a lot of these dudes would give up easily, you know, too easy. Meaning that they'll go to work for a week, get a small check, about $500-$600, and then get the big head because they ain't never had money before. A lot of guys get the big head and you can't deal with people. You know, a lot of you dudes are going to end up the future homeless people. Now, guys, if you become homeless can be a blessing where you don't have no bills. If you're a working homeless class person, you can come up. You ain't got no bills. But for everybody else who thinks the things are going to be handed to them, you know, and they go homeless, and then they want to live that homeless lifestyle. These are the guys who are going to end up chronically homeless. This is going to be your homeless in the future. Your guys who's out there for 10, 15, 20 years, you know, trying to sleep on somebody's property, you know. So we don't want that to happen, man. We want guys to excel. If you ain't excelling, you failing. So man, let me leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think on the video, and I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next one. Over and out.